What's up, scholars? Welcome back to another video. I just wanted to take a moment because the live action, by the time this video is going out, the live action will already be live. One Piece live action will be out. It'll be open for everybody to view. But before it does, I wanted to make a video about what I'm expecting from One Piece, the live action, what I'm expecting from episode 1, and talking about the things I'm looking forward to the most, what I'm a little apprehensive about, and overall how I think the live action will do. I've done a couple of live streams with Desnes the Dwarf. We have had a fantastic time over on the live streams. We've been talking about the One Piece live action, giving our thoughts on it, what we're looking forward to, what we're apprehensive, like all of this. We've been talking about it so much, and he does a fantastic job covering the live action and all the information that goes along with it. So first of all, if you haven't gone over to Desnes' channel, please do that. He is awesome. His channel's great. I always love being able to hang out and chat with him on all the live streams. You'll get to meet a lot of great people over there in his live streams. We've had great chats about the One Piece live action and One Piece in general. That's what I'm here to talk about today. So the One Piece live action has been both hyped up so much, but also people have been so apprehensive against it because of the history of how bad live adaptations have been. Like, I think, in my experience, the worst live adaptation I saw when I was growing up was Avatar: The Last Airbender. That it didn't happen. It didn't happen. There was no live action for that. It was not great. And there's been a string of bad live action makes of anime in general that have just not been received well. They have flopped horribly. It's given people a very bad taste to live actions and to how shows can be adapted into a different medium. However, One Piece does not give me that same feeling. The fact that, one, Oda has been involved the entire time with the casting, with the sets, like being on set and like going over like the takes and how the acting's going, how the dialogue's going. He's been so involved with all of that, and he's done it to where he is content and happy with it, that it makes me, for one, have so much more faith in this adaptation than others. But also, it's not just his involvement that gives me faith. It is the crew, it's the cast, the crew, the directors. Everyone there seems to genuinely be a fan of One Piece. They genuinely seem to love the project they're working on. They're giving all of their heart into this project to make One Piece come to life, and that's what gives me so much hope. I have seen so many of the behind the scenes videos of how the characters are talking about, like how they're getting into their characters, how important their characters are to them. You can tell that there's passion. The actors have passion. The set designers have passion. Even the choreographers, like the fight choreography and everything, all of it's there. The entire passion project is coming to life, and I'm so excited to see how their passion plays into the production of this series, because after seeing the trailers, I did a reaction to a trailer where I was so excited I could barely even speak and breathe right. But I did a reaction to the trailer, and I was blown away by how it looked. And yes, there is going to be some parts of One Piece that will just naturally look goofy being in a live action, because One Piece is a goofy show. It is a goofy type of story, especially, you know, Luffy's gum fruit, how he's made of rubber. Like, that entire thing is silly in and of itself. So of course some of that's gonna go into being in the live action, but I think they've handled it really well so far by the trailers, behind the scenes footage that we've seen. If I had to say one thing about the characters, is I think they have been perfectly cast. And Yaki is Luffy. The fact that Iñaki has met both Mayumi Tanaka, the voice actress for Luffy in the Japanese dub, he has met her, and their interaction, first of all, was absolutely adorable. I loved it. It was so sweet. It made me tear up. And she gave him the straw hat. She put the straw hat on him. Like, that's so cool. But not only was like she approving of Iñaki as Luffy, But Iñaki met Oda, and Yaki met Oda, and Oda himself approved and said it could be no one else but you. Like, Iñaki was Luffy to him, and that, first of all, that speaks volumes. Seeing that behind the scenes footage made me cry. Oh my goodness. Seeing how passionate Iñaki is with the role that he's been given, because he knows the weight of playing Luffy, and you can see it in his face, you can see it in his expression when he's talking to the voice actress, when he's talking to Oda, that he knows the burden, he knows the weight he's carrying when he puts that straw hat on, and he is so humble about it, and he just embodies Luffy. He really, really does. From everything I've seen, from their interviews that they've done, all the energy that he gives, he embodies who Luffy is. And I'm very excited to see how he plays Luffy. McKinyu as Zoro is like a no-brainer. He looks fantastic. I think him as Zoro was just a perfect match. They did so well casting him. He looks like Zoro, he acts like Zoro, he embodies what Zoro is all about, and I'm really excited to see what McKinyu can bring to the table and what Zoro he is going to bring to life, especially because McKinyu is such a huge fan of the show, and he has said that Zoro is his favorite character. The same goes for Emily Rez. She is playing our girl Nami, and she looks fantastic as Nami. I'm so excited for her as Nami. First of all, she is such a huge fan of the show, and she loves Nami as a character, and she embodies a lot of Nami's characteristics just naturally. I'm telling you, the casting has been like spot on. It's been perfect. I'm so excited to see how she plays Nami. I think she looks great in the trailers. I know people were a little concerned about like her hair and everything. I think she looks fine. I'm really excited to see what she's gonna do. Jacob as Usopp, listen, that's one of my favorites. I love Usopp. Usopp is one of my favorite Straw Hats. He's one of my favorite characters in One Piece. And I think Jacob just has Usopp's energy. In the interviews, we don't see much of Usopp in the trailers, but in the interviews, we can see just how naturally funny Jacob is. Like, he is a comedian, and he is hilarious. His dynamic with the rest of the cast and how they interact, he just gives off this Usopp energy, and we got little snippets of him in the trailer and in some of the behind the scenes and like stuff he says or actions he's doing. He's the one that we don't know the most about for the main crew, but I think they're doing that for a reason, because he's gonna come in and steal the show. I just have a feeling. But I think he embodies Usopp perfectly. I'm not really concerned about how he's going to portray Usopp. I have full faith that he's going to do a great job. Taz being Sanji. Listen, I know I'm partial to Sanji. I'm a Sanji girl. He's one of my favorite Straw Hats as well. Taz is Sanji. The mannerisms, the smile, the laughter, even the laughter is similar. The way that he interacts with everybody, and he learned to cook, he learned to fight with his feet. Taz is gonna be a great Sanji. I loved in the behind the scenes we got to hear him kind of be a little bit flirty in Baratier. Always get mixed up over that one. I think he's gonna do great at that. I think he's going to play Sanji perfectly, but I think that he just captures the essence of Sanji, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see Taz play Sanji. I can't describe how excited I am. As a Sanji fan, this makes me very happy. The other character that I'm going to mention, as if it is any surprise to any of you, Buggy. I was so worried about how they were going to do Buggy, because, I mean, it's Buggy. He fails upward, and we needed somebody to be able to kind of portray that, but still have him be intimidating, because Buggy could be intimidating. He was supposed to be intimidating in the first arc we met him in, and I think in the live action, from what we've seen so far in the trailers, they're really going to be playing into that kind of intimidation factor and the kind of maybe scarier side to Buggy, which I am all for. I would love if they gave us a Buggy that was just creepy and off-putting, but then says just the most offhandedly hilarious things. I'm all here for that. Buggy's devil fruit powers looked amazing in the trailer. He looks great. Everything that he said so far has just been top tier. But yes, I am most excited to see Buggy because it's Buggy. And I cannot wait to see how many people just fall in love with Buggy through the live action, because he's the only clown that everybody just collectively loves, it seems. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out. I'm very positive about a lot of things. I have faith in the actors, and the set designs have all looked really good. You can tell that they've really given their all for this. Even like the Din Din Mushis, we've talked about this before on the live streams. Even the Din Din Mushis are extremely realistic. They're ugly as they should be, but they're great, they're fabulous. I'm excited for them. You have the character designs that look so good. They've done such a good job with the character designs. The casting has been great, and the set designs have been wonderful. So all of the pieces are there in place, and I'm very, very positive about how this show is going to go. If there's one thing I'm apprehensive about, or like a little nervous that I really, really want them to nail, is the emotional scenes. I'm talking about in Syrup Village with Usopp and his backstory. I'm talking about the backstory with Shanks and Luffy and Zoro and Kuina. If they're gonna do something like that, we gotta do the whole Zoro versus Mihawk thing. And then of course Sanji and Zeph and his whole backstory, and Nami and Arlong Park. They need to nail these big moments. Like, the little moments are gonna count just as much as the big moments, of course, because all the little things add up. But because, especially for Arlong Park, because I think that's probably one of the bigger parts of the East Blue Saga that people look to see how well One Piece started, is a lot of people point to Arlong Park. So I really want them to be able to get these emotional scenes through. They need to be portrayed well in order to grasp people who have never experienced One Piece before. I want them to nail these emotional moments. And I did hear, I believe it's Nami's theme song by Aurora. I'll show the picture of it up here because I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head right now. It's fine. The lyrics in this song in general, is gorgeous. I am really looking forward to see how they play the song with Nami and how that evolves to like the culmination of Arlong Park and the infamous moment with Luffy putting his hat on Nami. I want to see how it all plays out. I wonder if they're gonna do a scene like in 86. I don't know if any of y'all have seen the anime 86. It is wonderful. If y'all haven't, y'all need to go watch it. But they did something like this where they played this song at a very impactful, very emotional moment. I won't spoil what moment that is. And the music swells at the end of this really like building tension, building emotional moment. And when that music swells and the beat drops, it just leaves such a huge impact, and it really gets to the audience. And I want them to do something similar like that for this song with Nami. And I think they will. I'm really looking forward to it, but I really want them to do this well. That is like the main thing I really want them to nail, and that can be very hard to portray, especially from such an expressive medium as manga and anime, where you can really go into like the expressiveness on the facial features, and like especially playing into the music and the voice acting. It's possible for live action movies just in general to get those emotions, but it is a little more difficult, I'd say, to be able to fully express it on someone's face. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna do that, but given how positive the actors are and how just dedicated they are to this entire project, I think they'll be able to, but we'll be able to see. I am curious to see how the episodes progress, how they make the story flow together, what the pacing's gonna be like, and how they're gonna end it, because some have said Logetown's not gonna be in there. It might be a setup for a season 2. I am hoping if it does well, and I think it will do well. I think it will do very well because of just how much hype and love is around this right now. I think it'll do well for season 2. I just want to see where they end up ending season 1. And I think, all in all, this is going to draw in a lot of people who maybe have never even heard of One Piece, or they've heard of it, but now that it's a live action, if people don't watch anime, but they see it as a live action, maybe they will watch this medium and be introduced to the story. I think it's going to draw a lot of people into Oda's world and his characters, and I'm really excited to see what that looks like. But that's all I wanted to really do this week. I just wanted to sit down and talk about my thoughts on the live action. I will be watching episode 1 tonight, and I'll probably make a review for it. I don't know if I'm going to do review for each individual episode or for One Piece live action as a whole. If y'all want to let me know which one y'all would prefer to see, whether y'all would do episodic reviews or just review the entire first season and go from there, let me know down below what you would prefer to see me do. But I'm going to be watching episode 1 tonight, since it'll already be out by the time this video goes live. But that is all for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the live action down below, what you think of it, what you're expecting from it, if it's going to be living up to your expectations, how you feel about the cast, the characters, everything. Let me know down below and we can have a conversation about it. Other than that, I will be seeing y'all all next week. Be sure to be checking out my channel for the schedule for September, which will be coming out soon-ish. We'll see. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time, scholars. Bye!